All right. Good evening, traders. Let's do a brief sound and visual check. How's everybody tonight? How are you, Coach Jay? Can you hear me?
Doing good, Dakota. Doing good. How are you, man?
Good. Man, I could be better, honestly. Feeling horrible. I just picked up some medicine for pain and gonna go get my wisdom teeth pulled. Tuesday after fast markets. We were just talking in the green screen, and maybe we could touch base on that. Make sure everybody's nice reminder. I'm gonna kind of be put out for a few days, but we'll wait till everybody joins, and we have the peak audience to explain that, right? Because of course that's going to affect everybody. Because I've been talking about. What I officially have done, Coach Jay, is I've agreed to do the VIP.
Nice. I did hear that today during fast markets. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Each coach having a team.
I was a little bit hesitant. Danielle can confirm where I just like, okay, I'm always cognizant of my time and how much time that I'm willing to dedicate to not overwhelm myself, because I'm a trader. My mentality comes first. Trading comes first. That's my primary income. And then how much more time am I going to allocate in these different places in my life? And it was like, let's do this with a small private group coaching to like 20 traders. And I'm still going to do that. So that's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. And then maybe sometime in the more nearer future, or right after that, we can start looking at the VIP. So I'm excited. I know you are excited. Coach Hoop is in the chat. He just got his team. Paul's going to be a team. Things are kind of coming together, Coach Jay, for that trading league. It's kind of
yes, they are. I'm excited, and I know you were saying you were a little upset about your teeth having to get pulled. What I will say, if there's any consolation, the tooth fairy was very nice to you today. Left a couple extra bucks under your pillow for your wisdom teeth.
You want to know what's funny?
What's that?
One of these days, I just need to bring her in here. I'm pretty sure she could hear me, but I had that trade going while I was in the waiting room at the dentist.
Okay.
And I don't have dental insurance, so I have to pay for it. And nice. I was getting a quote and was watching the market, and then she was just cheering me on. She's like, go, 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 so you can pay for the wisdom teeth. And I'm just laughing. I'm like, that's not how it's supposed to be. That's
too funny.
That is too funny. It is pretty funny. And then I sit on the chair, and then I hand her my phone. Like, I was like, okay, maybe I just hand you my phone, and if it gets to this price, close it. I'm like, no, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. Right. Let me just move my stop before I get. Yeah, so it is definitely an interesting day.
Well managed. When you get a chance, I can't see your charts.
Okay. Yes. Good call. Let me get a few things set up on my end.
All right. Cool.
Go through this. Let's go. I made sure I started on time, but I don't have everything set up on time.
That's all right.
Of course. So going through Robinhood, I heard, and chat could confirm this. Did Robinhood just confirm that they're doing futures? Anybody in the chat?
I think that's what I just saw. Yeah, after we talked about it in the green room 2 hours ago. Robinhood reveals new look. Will start offering futures and index options trading.
They're about to start futures. I'm excited. I'm stoked. That's going to bring a lot of eyes and ears to this futures world. And with that being said, welcome everybody to Slow Markets. I'm Coach Dakota. With me is Coach Jay. And there's our Topstep risk disclosure. As always, what we're going to be talking about each and every night is for educational purposes only and not a signal. We'll go through our regular rapid fire. Coach Jay, chime in where and when you want to. You just mentioned before we got on air, tonight we're seeing a little bit more volatility coming into the market. So let's be quick about it. I have my live account queued up. If you guys see any trades, call them out. If you see a trade, Coach Jay, stop me, and I will do the same. I have the daily chart here on the NASDAQ. You can see the other day we had a major sell-off. We had a very indecisive candle today, And we're sitting here right at a key area of support and resistance. I mean, today was just an indecisive day, and we could go. I mean, it's honestly almost like a coin flip for me, Coach Jay, in the direction of this market, where we can see a continuation, maybe down to 20,000 even, or of course. My favorite would be maybe we start to see this trend continue. Maybe this is a sign where we have these higher lows, and this could possibly be a higher low, and we could see if this market can return back up and make, 20,500 is going to be my first area at the top of that zone that we were trading in. And if we zoom into an hourly chart, you guys will kind of see what I'm referring to and what I'm talking about. This is the consolidation that we see. We've peaked under it a couple times. It looks like we peaked under it tonight as well. But if we do rally, the first place I see us stopping is going to be the highs of this consolidation. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing. To the downside, I don't know. I'm not that great at trading to the downside. We did have that run all the way down to that amazing level, which was the weekly kickoff low. It worked out beautifully, and this is what we were looking at last night, around these 200s, these lower 200s, and it worked out beautifully. That's where I made my money off of during the New York session, and yeah, kind of a pretty bullish move. Thoughts on the NASDAQ?
Yeah, really nice bounce. That weekly kickoff low coincided with the monthly VWAP in the NASDAQ, which was right around 20,220 on that bounce. So really nice move, but I agree with you. It still feels very 50-50. It feels like we could sell off easily to 20,000. The one thing, we talk about the NASDAQ and the ES a lot and the correlation between the two. The ES is looking a lot stronger than the NASDAQ, so I'm trying to determine which one is the leader, or if they're just going to, if there's going to be this divergence between the two, with tech being heavy. I know we have what's out tomorrow, Netflix, and I think Taiwan Semiconductor as well, as far as earnings, so that could have a big effect on the NASDAQ. But yeah, this could go either way, right? We could be at 20,500 or 20,000 tomorrow. I think the market has to decide which one it wants.
What's your plan going into tomorrow, though? It's a short week. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of news, but tomorrow is going to be the day that there's the most news, right?
Yeah, tomorrow we have jobless claims. There is also retail sales out as well. So my plan is, if I see a trade set up right now, I'll take it. But my plan going into tomorrow is to wait until that newsprint and then try to find an opportunity from there, because that should tell us a little bit about the market direction for the New York session.
Fair enough. I agree with you on that one. How was your trading today? Did you place trades? Are you looking at anything that you're getting ready to set up?
Yeah, so I was actually looking at a short while we were getting on here, right at this 20,327 area. I think we were shorting. Were we shorting there earlier today? No, it was higher. But yeah, pretty much right where we just rejected, which is 50% of the 30-minute opening range. Kind of rejected right there. I was looking for a short because VWAP has left the range to the downside. So I may take one there. But my trading today was good. I did lose an XFA yesterday. So back in a couple of combines, traded in a personal account as well in the Russell and had some decent trades. Took a nice trade in fast markets, short pretty much on the open, down to that weekly kickoff level. And then that's when we had that 3-bar reversal, handed it off to you for the
yeah
for the finishing leg. Yep.
How about Crude? I'm actually pretty bullish on Crude right now.
Are you?
Yeah. Do you see anything on there? I pull up the charts. Your charts are showing, so go ahead.
Oh yeah, that does look bullish.
Hit first. Yeah,
that does look pretty good.
Were you on 30 minutes?
Yeah, I'm on the 30-minute. 30-minute opening range high is 70.74.
Okay.
And a pullback to that. Yeah, I really do like this chart. I think I'm going to take this with micros because I don't like I would rather the trade location be at the high of that opening range. I'm going to take this.
What do you mean by the trade location? To buy it, right?
Yeah, to buy it. Yep.
Okay. Where's the high of the opening range for you?
High of that 30-minute opening range, and it's the Globex open is 70.73.
Okay.
So a retest of that I would like for a buy, but it looks like it's kind of going already. And VWAP already left that range. So if we were looking at it earlier, buying it right there was pretty nice. We may get a pullback here. I think what I'll do is just put on 2 micros and then build into this position as it goes.
Yeah. I'm seeing Crude, and you see at the very bottom where I see this all the time. You see how it ran some stops right there for the double bottom, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I see that all the time on Crude, and that's usually when it starts its a major rally. So I could see this thing getting up to the 72s. 72s
Yeah,
plus.
definitely. Definitely yeah, 72s is a real possibility in Crude.
72s. Are you looking at volume at all?
So I am looking at, not really. So I'm looking at this, what is this? I just had something on there. Not really. I'm looking at the 200 moving average on the 30-minute chart, which is right now at 73, basically. So a pull up towards that, where, like you said, we did just bottom out. We tried to sell below 70. The market couldn't hold. Yeah, I really like how this looks as a long.
Okay. I'm right there with you, but it's I need the setup to be correct for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than as much as I like it and as much as I want to take it. For me, the setup needs to be there. Switching to my charts, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, exactly what you're talking and looking at. This is the low, and then the fact that we ran for a little bit of liquidity, ran some stops, went just peaked lower, reversed. A lot of times, this is when we could see a bigger run in crude oil to the long side. I mean, take a look at this. You go through these. I mean, there's plenty of examples here. It's never going to look perfect and usually never the same. I mean, here's one where it didn't work out, right? But we didn't have as much market structure there. And you can just go through. I've explained it a few times in crude oil. But, I mean, it's just one of those breadcrumbs when you're trying to figure out and solve this thing we call a market. And yeah, the first stop is going to be the high of this range. We're still technically in a range, and we want to see if we could break through these 71.30s and then maybe off to the races. But the question is, where's your risk? What's the risk reward? Of course, I'd probably want my stop below 69.51, but that's risking $1. That's a lot of risk with one contract. So I'm kind of on the side with you, Coach Jay, and that's micros. Maybe waiting for a better setup. This is an hourly chart. Let me take a look at the 5-minute.
We do have inventories out tomorrow too. I know that's not, that's a couple of hours away from now, but from a technical perspective, I really like this trade.
Yeah, technical perspective, I agree. I mean, you can see this was a breakout. Lower high, lower high, lower high. We just broke through that, and now we're starting to trend. Maybe we get some type of a pullback and then find an area to buy it. And that's what I might just wait for in crude. But on the flip side, would you short this? I don't see a way to short this. Maybe unless we wait until it gets to the highs again. If we want to short it, maybe we wait till we get up here. Maybe there's an argument to make a short opportunity in crude oil or up somewhere higher. I don't want to short crude.
I don't really see a great short opportunity. And you had asked about volume before. There was at 3:30 Central Time, so the markets were closed. There was a pretty big buyer that came in at 70-60 up to 70-75. If anyone remembers, Coach Paul and I were doing At the Buzzer, I think this was Monday, and around the same time on Monday, 3:30 Central Time, where the markets were closed, there was a huge order that got filled in crude oil. Mm-hmm. And then when the markets opened up, it just continued to sell off. This looks like the opposite of that, right? Where there was some volume that happened. Obviously, not as big of a move that we had the other day, but some volume at 3:30 Central Time when the markets are closed, and it's this big blue candle that you can see on my chart here, right? doesn't look like the biggest candle, but that is volume when the markets are closed, so it's pretty significant. And that's who I'm following here. I'll try to go back and find when it happened the other day. Oh yeah, it's this one. So this is 3:30 Central Time on the 14th, which was Monday.
Okay.
And then as soon as the markets opened, we continued to sell off. Right now, obviously, the move that we're looking at here is nowhere near as big as this, but same concept, and I'm looking for us to trade back up into that near those 72s.
I agree. I like it. That's the same for me. Nikkei. Let's take a look at Nikkei. My charts. We've got some big movements on the Nikkei. If we take a look at this hourly chart, and we had that massive sell-off that same day that was like almost, what was it, 3.6%. And now we've got a rally, or maybe we had like 1.25 last night, and then today we finished getting up like 1.6 from that low. And just tonight, over the past 2 hours, we've been selling off a bit. I mean, from the high point to now, we've already sold off 0.75%. And so I'm curious, and I'm wondering, it's kind of looking pretty heavy on my end, where we maybe could come down and test 39,000 again, maybe test these lows. If I zoom into a 5-minute chart, I could start to see it. I mean, if I'm looking from a pure technical standpoint, let me zoom in here so everyone could see where, higher low, higher low, higher low. We just broke it, and we came back and we retested that trend line. And so, this can be a very good trade that I do like these trade setups. And so the trade would be a breakdown and see if we can continue to come test these lows closer towards 39,000. Thoughts on the Nikkei? I don't know if you've been trading it or watching it often. I know D has during the London session.
I haven't been trading it too much, but I agree with this trade idea, where, again, I look at every market the same way. Here's the 30-minute opening range, which was very small in the Nikkei, and volume attached to that range. We can see how early volume left that range, right? This VWAP, we'll make it red so we can see it a little clearer on this chart. Maybe that's not so clear. But you can see it. This red line, leaving this range pretty early. We come back, test the range, reject these prices, and very heavy and still holding this VWAP as a resistance. I would look for, on a shorter time frame, any pull-ups to that level, which right now it's at 39, pretty much 39,400. Any pull-ups to 39,400 and rejections look like really good opportunities to sell.
Yeah.
If this momentum is going to continue.
I agree with that. How's that correlating with the NASDAQ? I mean, is this a decent bounce to short on the NASDAQ? Wow, NASDAQ did sell off quite a bit, right? Switch to my charts. We had that. This is the volatility that you're just talking about, I'm sure. Since we opened, where did we closed the New York session all the way up there at 340s, 341, and then we closed off for the break at what's right at 330. And ever since we opened, I'm going to just put this. This is the open at the new session, right at 5 p.m. Central. And since then, we sold off. We were down at 277 at one point, and then we rallied right back. So we're seeing volatility tonight. And so the question is, this was resistance. We can see it right here, right at 317s. That was resistance. We've seen a lot of resistance again around 320 zone. It's a zone. And so we're starting to see resistance again. Do we get more continuation down to below 300? I don't know. I mean, that's where I'm looking from a pure technical standpoint. Maybe we could, argue that we're in a downtrend line, a downtrend market. Maybe I'm not seeing a case to buy this. That would kind of sum it up.
I'm seeing a case to get in. And maybe I'm too eager, but get in right now as well. I'm going to do it with micros, limit my risk. I'm short to NASDAQ as well. My risk on this is above 20,330.
And then I missed that short on the Nikkeis working out. Let's see if we could break below these 280s. feels weird being so bearish on these markets right now.
Yeah.
It feels like you're going against my own instincts.
So have you seen the new feature in Topstep X? Pull up your performance stats.
Okay. There's the stats aren't on the live, but I could pull up a combo or a demo account. Yeah, here's my XFAs.
There you go. Go to your performance stats. New feature. I don't know if you've seen this one or not.
Okay, performance stats.
Scroll down.
All right.
There you go. Trade direction. Tells you what percentage to your right.
Oh, look. I mean, yeah. There we go. I made my money on the shorts. What
percentage of your trades are longs or short?
Yeah, there we go. I'll be curious on what my live is. I'm pretty sure like 80% is to the long side. Interesting. Okay. I like that. And then there goes the Nikkei. Speaking it into existence, but not trading it. Sometimes that's pretty frustrating, Coach J.
Yeah, it is. I dealt with one of those today.
Yeah? Tell me about it.
Short the NASDAQ 330s. We got into it. It bounced off of VWAP, and I said, let's go to break even. As soon as we said that, the market dropped 80 points. It stopped us out, break even, and dropped 80 points.
Dude, that's how I was on Tuesday morning. I sold the NASDAQ at 627, and I made a good money, like decent money on it. But then as soon as I closed it, it continued to sell off another like 200-300 points.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, it happens, and it's just like it is what it is, right? You trade long enough, and that's going to happen to you. It's about how you respond to it, right? You don't just go in and throw on full size on the next terrible trade setup because you missed out on money. It's a missed opportunity. You take the next one you see.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. So there's the Nikkei. We'll always bounce back to it, and you still have your trade on to the NASDAQ. Let me know if something happens. Let's go ahead, and move on to gold. We always spin, not always, but a lot of the time we see a spike right at 8 p.m. Central. Gold looking pretty dang bullish to me, if I dare say so. Here's the hourly chart. We did get up to 2,700 evens, had a massive sell-off all the way back down to 2680s, and sure enough, this was resistance. Resistance became support, and here we are. We had a nice little rally, a pullback. And now we're starting to rally again. And, I'm looking at this as here's maybe a low, here's a higher low, here's a high. And now maybe gold has a chance to come and make a higher high. Where will it go? So I'm very bullish gold. Actually thinking about just taking a long here, but I'm going to wait until 8 p.m. Central. And, here's what it looks like on a 5-minute chart where you can see it on a more granular, zoomed in, right? So here's that flagging pattern, dare I say. Here's the rally going into it. And now we just broke out and we're continuing to rally. We're at 693. Can we see 2,700 evens tonight? I'm not going to take that. That might be on my bingo card, Coach J, is 2,700.
I'm over here laughing because I'm trying to decide how many positions am I going to be in the same account because gold looks very bullish, very bullish right now.
Short NASDAQ, short
three different
Nikkei.
trades at the same time. So I'm going to let the gold
Crude,
one. I'm going to leave that one to you.
But
it looks very bullish. So what's funny? Coach Paul, when he trades in his personal account, right? Not in a Topstep account, but when he trades in his personal account, he says that's exactly what he does, right? He takes a one lot in a bunch of different markets because you don't know, and he trades a setup. Now you don't know which one is going to work, so you manage risk on all of them. But if it's a high probability setup that you have, he applies it to a bunch of different markets and allows the one that works to work. Right. So not all of these trades are going to work, or some of them will, some of them aren't. But instead of putting all his eggs in one basket, he kind of diversifies that way, trades small in each market, and lets the trade play out.
Interesting. I like that. And I know from a day trader's perspective, I'm always going to be recommending just like one market, get used to it, do that. But then, as you become consistent and as you learn and expand, when the trade sets up, you take it. You don't argue like, okay, well, maybe it's correlated for this, and this. I mean, if it's in your strategy, sure, you can, right? Like, I'm never going to be long gold and short silver because they're too correlated. But if it's like, hey, if I'm long gold and then I'm also long crude oil, that's okay. But then maybe I'm short NASDAQ. Well, that's okay. So as long as you have a plan for it, I'm all for it. perfectly fine. I don't do that myself very often on a day trading perspective, but I do it all the time from like options and my personal stuff is,
Right.
you know, I don't know if diversifying would be the word, but just, yeah, you do have a lot of different things that you can trade. And if you are
Spreading out your
trading,
risk.
yeah, I mean, it's just trade risk management, diversifying. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I have a hesitation of saying the word diversifying, because it's not like a
It's not
longer term investment. I think
right.
it's
It's not
more.
really a day trading term.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's all. What I'm struggling with on that aspect.
Yeah, gold looks like it wants to just
I
run though.
know. I know. I might be a little bit late to the party.
It's okay. I think it'll come back, but I always think it'll come back. And sometimes it leaves it out with me.
We're just gonna sit here and wait for a pullback here. How's that? I'll switch it to your charts if you want to.
I'm the NASDAQ trade. I'm basically scratch, and the crude oil trade is up a little bit. Again, trading 2 micros in each, and just watching this position thing down here. I have another screen where I have all 4 markets up at the same time. Doesn't look good for TV, so we'll share this one. But
Fair enough. We are getting a little bit of a pullback in gold. Now remember, we do see a spike in liquidity or a spike in volatility at right at 8 p.m. Central, and so we do have 3 more minutes. Now remember, the market can do anything. Never has to wait on us. Go through. I'm not seeing anything else. I'm watching everything as well. Seeing the pullback on the Nikkei. Nikkei's having a little bit of a bounce. I need to get D on here. I need to join D as well.
yeah,
One of these days for the London session, and talk about the Nikkei. I'm sure that would be a good segment. It'd be a good session.
have you ever traded with D?
No. Yeah, actually, Topstep went on the retreats and had that company meeting, and I had her on. But
right.
that wasn't really like a full. Yeah, I guess it kind of was, right? But not in.
I love trading with D because she's very like no nonsense, and I feel like if I say something that I'm questioning, D is very just like straight to the point, whether or not it's a good idea or not. And of course, you know, as a trader, you're going to make your own decisions. But she's a very decisive trader, right? Where it's just like, okay, hey guys, we're sitting here talking about it. Are we doing something or not? Which is a nice balance.
Yeah, I think it would be great for the London session because that's kind of in her environment, right? The time of day, trading, everything that's moving in the London session. That's what I would really like to pick her brain on during that time. We still have one more minute. We could keep watching. You have the NASDAQ up. I'm going to go ahead and pull up gold. Oh, let's take a look at that. Yeah, gold's going. Just a little late to the party. Just a little late to the party. Nothing wrong. There's always going to be more trade setups. There is. My ideal situation for this, Coach Jay, is we sell off $3 or $4 at the spike of volatility, and then we reverse. That's my ideal situation here in gold.
Quick sell off and then reverse, you said?
Yeah. So you can see this. I have it down to a 1 minute chart. What I'd love to see is if we just like have a nice sell off down in gold, find some type of reversal pattern,
690 area.
Yeah, and then get triggered into a long. Until then, it's hands off. I don't want to short this. I'm not shorting gold with the way it's been acting.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, here we go. It's right at 8 p.m. We're starting to see gold move a little bit. It's getting jittery, someone says. Platinum's ripping. You trade platinum. I've seen you have a trade on in platinum, right?
Yeah, platinum's a great market to trade, and it's doing it again. Yeah, platinum has been doing this.
I'm going to switch it to your charts, and there we go.
A lot recently. Again, It's going to get boring. What I talk about, guys, it's literally the same thing every time. 30-minute opening range,
All the
attach
time,
VWAP to it. We can see how early that VWAP left the range, and Platinum is just running. A lot of times, if I'm doing chart prep, I was actually taking a nap around this time, but a lot of times right at 6 p.m. Eastern, I will frame out, or 6:30 Eastern, I'll frame out the 30-minute candle in any market that I'm interested in trading, and whichever one looks like this is the one that I'm going to take. Because again, this pattern plays out on so many different markets, and Platinum's, the one that's working out really well right now.
Nice. How's that NASDAQ? Are we seeing any movements in the NASDAQ? I'm going to go ahead and switch it to gold.
It's pretty much right at my entry.
Okay, gold starting to sell off a little bit. Not too much though. I mean, it's been do we call that a sell-off? This is slow markets, guys, not fast markets. A sell-off has a completely different meaning. I mean, yeah. The size and scale sometimes is a lot different here in some markets. Every once in a while, I think you were in one of them Wednesday night where the market just sold off so hard in all across the board.
Yep. Yeah. I've got a question here. Do I use the 30-minute range for the New York session as well? I use the 3-minute, but you can use the 30. Coach Paul uses the 30.
Yeah.
Where it's maybe added confirmation. Whatever you do, just keep it consistent.
I agree, 100%. Yeah, let's get to some of these questions now while we watch these markets. You're short the NASDAQ. I'm watching gold here. You're long crude oil too, right?
Yep, short the NASDAQ, long crude.
Okay, and we're watching gold. So a few of these questions. Here's one. AC, I only need $60 to pass 2 combines. Do you recommend switching to micros for the last $60? Ooh, that's a hard one, Coach Jay. This trader's so close. I will always recommend following your process on what got you there. But then there is that level of aspect of, you're so close, you could make a very, very valid argument to scale down and then keep trading the same process. Last thing you want to do is get really close and then end up getting into a losing streak or struggling, and then that's very difficult.
Yeah, I get the hesitation, Dakota, because you got to this point trading the way you did. So why change anything just because you're getting close to a goal, right? Where a lot of that question is based on money, right? It's, hey, I'm only $60 away. Should I make a change based on money? And ideally, we don't want to think about money when we're making trades. We just want to be able to take the trades. So if you're asking the question, then you should probably scale down.
Fair enough. What you don't want to try and do is get like 6 minis and try and go for like a half a point.
Right. Don't do that.
That's too. It might work, right? And I'm sure there's traders in the chat that have probably done that. Like, okay, just let's throw on, 3 minis, that's 1 point, or 6 minis, that's a half a point, or 9 minis, that's 1 tick, or something like that. And you run the risk of, when you have to get filled, and if that goes against you instantly, you could be down $1,000 and blow that. So easily. It's scary. And so that's the last thing you really want to do. You want to focus on the process that got you there. And even if it's either stay the same, exactly what you're doing, or scale down. Those are the only 2 correct answers that I would recommend.
Yeah. If you start doing that math, walk away from your trading platform, right? If I could do 15 contracts for a quarter of a point in the NASDAQ, I'll pass this combine, put the mouse down, and just go outside for a little bit, take a deep breath.
Yeah, it happens to the best. I can confirm that myself as well.
Yep.
Few more questions. Oh, we have a few coming in on this video I need to make, and you guys can all imagine what it is, okay? And it's very valid. We have new traders here all the time, and they're asking, what's a 3-bar reversal? And what time frame do I trade? I like the 5 minute. It's still valid on almost any time frame. And yeah, I go over this every single night. Feel free to watch any of the recordings. The 3-bar reversal, you can Google it. Coach Jay just posted a YouTube. Is that to a 3-bar reversal?
No, that's for the traders asking about the 30-minute and 3-minute opening range.
Okay.
The October 3rd slow markets where I took over for you, I explained it for an hour. So I don't want to spend too much time on that, guys. But if you do have questions, it's all in that video.
Okay, thank you, Jay. Yeah, Danielle, I am going to do it 100%. Let me get over this. Like, not going to keep kicking the can down the road, but my wisdom teeth are just that's now on the top of my. I have. Here's the thing now, Coach Jay. I'm in so much pain, and I know you guys don't see this or know this. I can't open my mouth all the way. I can't like eat, and I can't even yawn. I can't even yawn right now. And I have the Series 3 test coming up on Friday, and then they're going to get me in, and it's going to be Tuesday after fast markets. So the last thing I'm thinking of is doing that. But I still have so much I have to get done before then. So
how's the studying going?
Well, it's going to be one of those where I'm going to watch some videos the night before, and we'll see, Coach Jay.
Commit it all to memory and just go with. Well, clearly it didn't go that great because I'm taking the test again, but I know my approach for the next time is just commit the rules and regs to memory. The math stuff is, as long as you're on your game and you're checking your work when you do the math, you should be good. The rules and regulations are just very specific. So knowing those, just got to know them.
Yeah. You guys are not going to get any videos of me after anesthesia. Here's today when I confirmed the appointment, I messaged the risk management team. No joke. As soon as I confirmed the appointment, the first thing I did, I messaged Mick and the risk management team and said, hey, please lock me out of all my accounts for these days. I did. I really did.
It's good risk management.
I can pull it up. And they're like, why do we want to do this? And then I'm getting my wisdom teeth. And then like, okay, well, Ben, it was Ben. Ben's awesome. So that's exactly what I did. I said, hey, team, starting next Tuesday, the 22nd, can I be locked out of all my accounts for 2 full days until Thursday, 5 p.m. Central? Like, well, what is the reason behind this? Why don't you use the lockout feature? And it's like, I don't trust myself. To be able to push the lockout feature, I'm going to like come out of anesthesia and pull up my phone, and I'm going to be in 15 contracts quicker than I can know what I'm doing with. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I don't trust myself.
Maybe they'll invite you on for a special edition of the reversal challenge. Where you could do that.
Trading with Coach Dakota on anesthesia.
Right.
It's good TV. Going to be my best trading day too, Coach Jay.
Oh man, that would be scary.
Hey, you never know. Maybe it's I'll make my best trading. Gold's rallying, Coach Jay. We're going. Are we going to run 2,700? We got the pullback. It wasn't as deep as we wanted. We got it down to 92.5, 92.4, and now we're already pushing up. We're going up. We'll give you a shot of that Dorito vodka. I seen that.
Sounds so disgusting.
I already got everything. More details to come. Coach Jay and I am not going to be able to run a stream or trade until after. But yeah, you guys would enjoy it. You guys are going to be trying it soon on air. Yeah, what not to do. Just invert the charts. How is that NASDAQ short coming? I have gold pulled up. We missed that. We missed the boat there in the gold long. Let me take a look.
It's going against me.
The Nikkei.
It's going against me. I'm risking $126 on this trade with 2 lots. I'm I like where my risk is. I'm just going to leave it there. Is this one I get stopped out on? Potentially, but it's pretty far away from my stop right now, so I'm just going to leave this trade on.
Fair enough. And then switching it to the Nikkei, and we're getting what I was wanting, man. This is one of those where, yeah, that was a great trade. And we can continue to sell off here. It's just kind of like gold, right? Where you want to get in a trade, but it's already it's already started. And then if you get in now, yeah, there's still room to go and it still might be a profitable trade, but then the risk reward just does not line up. Yeah, because take a look at this on the 5-minute. I mean, you can imagine you see this massive sell off and Nikkei can very well run. We're already man, this thing can very well just fall off. There's a lot of support right here in this zone. I like to see another bounce, like you're saying, Coach Jay, and then look for a short. And then as we're talking, the same thing was happening in gold on the sell. Let's take a look at silver. Have you looked at silver, Coach Jay?
I've looked at it. I don't trade it really ever. It's a market like any other market. Just the tick value in silver is just a little too expensive, especially in my opinion for Topstep accounts.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree with that. I was kind of comparing the silver and gold. Like silver is the ES, the way that gold is the NASDAQ. A little bit less volatile, but bigger tick value.
That makes sense.
Or it's more tame, I guess. And you're in a short NASDAQ.
Correct.
I like that.
Yeah,
is this one that you're
at
going to just roll through the overnight session?
I have a profit target set at 20,777 lucky sevens, and I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there.
Fair enough. This is a question for me, but I'm sure you can answer this better. I mean, does tape reading come into play for your trades? Me, no. I don't read the tape. It's pure technical analysis. I have the tape up. And like the DOM depth of market is the only thing I have up that I watch when I'm trading. And it does not influence, I mean, very rarely. Sometimes I'll see like a huge order. Say this is slow markets. Typically you'll see the order book like single digits. Every once in a while, what if a 200 lot came in here and sat at 320 and then it sat there and then it chased the market up and got filled? Then, maybe if I'm in a long, I might consider holding it. Or, not very often does it influence my trades to get in, get out. It would more be like, oh, I have confluence. And like this makes me a little bit more confident or, a little less confidence.
Yeah, for me, I use it, but I'm going to identify a level first that I want to take a trade, and then I'm reading the tape to see how the market responds at that level. For example, today during fast markets, we were talking about potentially buying at 20,300 in the NASDAQ right before we sold off through it. And I identified the level first, and then I go to the tape to see what the market thinks about that level as well, right? If there's volume coming in and I see buyers there, then I would want to be a buyer as well or try to find a place to buy. But if I'm seeing sellers, that tells me to stay out of the trade.
Yeah, KD, I can see. I could usually see most of the traders' messages. Yeah,
it's hard to get to all of them.
It's hard. Give me some advice.
There's a lot going on here, guys.
At this point, if it has to do with pain relief, I'll take it.
There you go.
I'll try whatever it takes. And we are getting that pullback in gold a little bit. We got up to 95. Nothing from there. Not really much happening. Tesla was supposed to be tonight. That was pushed to next week. Did anybody say why? Why
the Tesla event or their earnings?
Or the earnings. Yeah, not event. At this point, it is an event sometimes. Let's see. I don't know why.
Pushing back, if it's an earnings call, pushing back earnings, I don't know how good of a sign that is, but who knows? I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if there was like a reason why they did it or not. I mean, the market.
It's like when you didn't do great in school and your parents asked for your report card and you're just like, oh no, we get it next week. It's like the grade isn't going to change.
Yeah.
Right? You're just delaying the obvious. Just show it.
Yeah.
No one's ever failed a class before, I guess.
Oh, speaking about that, Coach Jay, how's studying for the Series 3?
It's going okay. It's going okay. I started reading the book again. Looking at the all regs is what I'm studying, and that'll be it.
Oh man, look at this.
Is that the Nikkei?
Yes, it is.
Let's get the NASDAQ to follow that, right? That's a beautiful trade, though.
Yeah, this is the emotions that we were talking about yesterday with Nick for a tick. Nothing you could do. I mean, I would rather call it out and be wrong than call it out and be right. And not
in it, right?
Yeah, it's completely. I mean, we even talked about this last week, Coach Jay, where you're like, man, some of my best trades are taken in like basically a practice account, right?
Yeah. This is a really nice move.
Who caught this? Let me know in the chat. Did anybody catch a Nikkei short? That is one heck of a move. We went from 575. I mean, that's over 1% now.
Someone caught it.
Yeah. In my heart, in spirit, I took it. Oh, someone took it plus $800, up $1,500 in the Nikkei. Now, remember, this is your own decisions, not a signal. Confirming that all the time.
For sure. But Dakota, so the Nikkei, it's doing what you expected it to do, but it didn't give you the signal to enter, right? And
correct. Yeah. I mean, if I was watching this, to be honest, as soon as we started streaming, we get that pullback. That was the entry. That was the entry. That pullback happened to be right there at the high of yesterday, or this little spike. And it's just technicals, right? You can see there was some resistance there as well. And, oh, man. All right, extra. I don't know what to say now.
39,000s. It's on the ticket. Like it seems inevitable here.
I feel like everybody else. Like I said, I'm not some amazing trader that has no emotions. I have emotions just like another person, like just regular human. And you guys, everybody here knows my trade win percentage, right? When you only win 25% of the time, you really want to take advantage of those 25%, right? You're losing 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 times. Those little 2 or 3 trades that you do get right, you want to take advantage of. And this was definitely one of them. It comes off another amazing day I had during the New York session. But this is real talk. Coach Jay, you know how I can take advantage 100%. Of these. And everybody in the chat, this is a little bit of frustration out of my own end. Is, oh my gosh, I would most likely be in 3 contracts. And I honestly, this would be a $4,000 or $5,000 trade for me.
Dakota, it happens, man. The trade I said today during fast markets, I literally, while we're on, live, said, hey guys, it did exactly what I wanted it to do. Took a deep breath and I said, I'm walking off the stream for a second. You have to, right? We deal with the emotions. Those don't go away. You get better at managing them. So I'll ask you, Dakota, when you see this happen, and it's not the first time or the last time it's going to happen in your trading, how do you manage it? Because I think that's the part that we don't talk about enough, where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm upset about it. How do you prevent those emotions from forcing you into bad decisions?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I could throw my mouse, I could punch my monitor, you could do whatever you want. But acting on it, you just don't. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to trade it. I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to do anything different next time. It just is what it is. I probably could never be able to count how many times this happens to me, Coach Jay, where I see a good trade set up and I either missed it by just a little bit, or I'm focused doing something else. Maybe I ran to the bathroom, came back and missed the move. I'm starting a stream and I'm getting a stream set up. I'm talking about the NASDAQ, crude oil, and then I turn and it's a little too late here on crude oil, or not crude oil, the Nikkei. And yet here we are down so much. That's huge. That's
yeah, man. It's
such a huge move. And it's a beautiful 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute. Like, look how clean of that 3-bar reversal is. Here, everybody who wanted to know what a 3-bar reversal is, screenshot that.
Look at this.
Right, we rallied up. This is a pullback. 3-bar reversal confirmed right there at 395. I can almost guarantee you I would be 3 contracts short at 395. And I wouldn't have held it through the entire move. I would have probably closed out 2 down here at the lows and then held on to 1. I'd probably be looking to close that one right now.
Yep. It happens. Hey, the read was right. You take some consolation in that and know that you're gonna trade the next one.
Joe Black, no one cares or trades the Nikkei. Well, you haven't been here.
Someone's trading the Nikkei right now and making a ton of money. There's volume in that move.
A big majority of my profits during slow markets does come from the Nikkei. Shout out anybody in the chat. Have you traded the Nikkei? If so, how's your experience? And I think there's a lot of traders who made some good money on the Nikkei. Joe Black might be the guy I had to put in timeout yesterday, turning into a troll. Good. Yes. Oh man, look at all that.
Always got to have a few trolls to keep you on your toes, right?
We enjoy it. Yeah, look at everyone trading the Nikkei. Hopefully we get micros. Nikkei micros. That's going to be a beautiful thing, Coach Jay.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. Just for the account sizes, right, where the Nikkei is like silver, a pretty big contract. So for the account sizes, micros would be nice. Do you know what so the micros exist? Do you know if it's 1/5 or 1/10?
Ooh, my guess would be a 1/10. I'm sure the chat will find out. Let's see. Let's take a look. I'm sure chat probably knows before I do.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Nikkei micros. See, this is kind of usually what traders should do. Google. Let's take a look. $1.25 per. No, I'm looking at the wrong one.
$2.50. $2.50.
$2.50.
Yep. Yeah, just put the link to the CME site on there.
So it's a 10th.
If you're ever curious,
1/10.
If you're ever curious about any market, 10th, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep. 1/10. There we go. That's more reasonable, right? And that's gonna be enable a lot more traders, especially for, like I say, we do have a lot of international traders all over the world, and I know D's gonna also appreciate it. I don't know when. Topstep X is still new, Coach Jay. It's not even a year old. And there's been so many improvements in Topstep X. We're continuing to improve it. And I love this Traders Hub. Any suggestions, voting, put it in there. I can almost guarantee you that the Nikkei minis would be in here. And continuing to go through, and the platform keeps getting better and better. And that's definitely going to be a nice feature, the day it gets here. And so upvote. So everyone go in and upvote it if they want it. DAX is another great one for us during the Asian market and London session. That's another one. I know D's been pushing that as well. There we go. It's a beautiful thing that we can, vote and build something amazing as a community.
For sure. Anything else you're looking at as far as setups go, Dakota?
I'm still kind of getting over that Nikkei trade.
That's why I asked. Try to distract you and talk about something else.
Yeah, fair enough. How about you? How's that NASDAQ trade treating you?
It's doing what I expected it to do. We did just get a bounce at 300. Need to see some sellers here through 300, but trade's still valid. I like where my profit target is. I may move it up just a little bit to 80, maybe 85. But I like the trade.
Let's see.
Like the trade. Small size, accepted the risk, and just going to let it work.
Yeah. Do you use Bookmap?
I do not use Bookmap. I've used it in the past. it was just a little too noisy for me. But I have used it in the past. I understand why traders would use it. All of the volume analysis and all that other stuff, it aggregates it and puts it in a nice visual form. It was just a little too, I felt like I was at a rave.
I don't use Bookmap. I'm a pure technical trader, but Rips is the freaking king at Bookmap. He can read that thing better than I could ever dream of reading it. So amazing trader. So there's so many ways to trade these markets, and there's no right or wrong way. The only right way is risk management, right? But that's should be amongst everyone's strategies. Draft you. Yeah, so like I was saying, now that we have everybody here, I'll tease it again. So like I said, I'm doing the private group coaching session. It's only going to be for 20 traders. It's going to either be 2 hours long, maybe an hour and a half, and then an hour. It's a private group coaching session. And then after that, I finally decided I'm committed to be a VIP coach, just like you, Coach Jay. You've inspired me along with Coach Paul and Vince, and then seeing Hoop. And it's something amazing. And I've decided that, yes, I do want to dedicate time to be a VIP coach. I think it's going to be something great, especially here at Topstep. And maybe that can transition into the trading league. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for more information. Like I said, I am getting my wisdom teeth pulled, and so that might be delayed a little bit just by a couple days. And yeah, for sure by November there's going to be details to sign up. You'll know. Like I said, I'll give you guys the details. Just understand, the more you are here in slow markets, the more you're going to get those details. So it's not going to be for the Topstep TV day show. It's going to be for slow markets. That is how it's going to be.
Nice.
And we're watching this. Gold's just hovering around $93, $94 an ounce. I'm not going to be able to fit 2,000 people in. No, I unfortunately not. I wish. It's one of those things where it's like, man, I wish everyone.
Is it VIP if everybody can get in?
Yeah, that's what this is for, everybody. You guys don't realize that. That's what this is. I'm committing an hour and a half for slow markets, and I'm providing this for you guys. Topstep does an amazing job doing that. Coach Jay's doing it for At the Buzzer, and that is beyond what I would have ever realized a company could do for its traders. And now these VIPs go ahead.
It's free. The best of all, it's free of cost, man. I paid a couple $1,000s for trading courses, and I would pay them again. I actually got a DM. I'm wondering if that person who sent me the DM is listening. They said, "Hey, I heard you say that you would pay again to take the trading classes you took. What would you pay to know exactly where the market is going?" And I'm going to be honest, I had to think about it, because if I could know exactly where the market was going, is there a price? But I deleted the DM.
It's just outstanding. It just amazes me still, Coach Jay, how people could still pay for courses when all the stuff is online for free. Maybe the only reason, and I'm going to be 100% honest, the only reason I could see myself paying for content or education is if it's like a summarized, well put together thing, so I don't have to go through and do it myself. Yeah, I don't know. You guys watch movies and you guys see that thing. You could basically get a Harvard education if you put in that time and dedication on reading books and finding that material online for basically free. So,
and yeah, there's a question in here. It says, besides a separate Discord and free accounts, what does the VIP provide? I tell the VIPs all the time that this program, especially with the first group, this program is what they want it to be. We are still learning as coaches exactly how it's going to be and how we're going to build it out, and it's only going to get better. But I think it's a mutual relationship where we build it out based on what traders want, right? So right now, everyone who joins my VIP class consistently, I know exactly how they trade, right? So it's an accountability partner, it's a coach, it's suggestions on specific ways you trade. Yeah, I see.
You see NASDAQ.
Yeah. So it provides what you want it to provide, pretty much.
I switched it to your charts. Yeah, let me get it. Give me a moment. I'll do something. I'll show you exactly why the VIP is so freaking amazing. Heck, if I was an I coach, I'd probably still want to be in the VIP, Coach Jay. To be honest, and yeah, you're not paying for anything. It just shows you the commitment that MP is willing to do for the community. That's what it is. So give me a minute. I'll get you the details. Oh, wow. Okay, give me a second. I'll get you the details. Here it is, right here in front of you. Switch it to my chart, and then we'll switch it back to yours. So, 3 months in a free Topstep X 100K trading combined and 2 free sets a month, no activation fee, and the private coaching Discord. So that's more value than you can imagine that value, right? You could just go through, do the math, and then add that all together. I mean, there you go. That's what it is. It's not just, no, I'm going to go talk to some dude in a Discord. It's a true freaking VIP experience. And on top of that, you guys we have the VIP leaderboard, right? Like they show it, like it's every day on Topstep as well, talking about it. We have the different, what are we calling? Are we calling them teams?
Yeah, teams.
Yeah. And it's not like, oh yeah, it's always fun, a little bit of competition, whose team's doing better, but ultimately the goal for every single team is the same. It's to become a better trader, it's to become profitable, it's to get payouts, and yeah, that's the ultimate goal, regardless of, oh, I want to beat this team. We still kind of do, right? And I know that all the traders have a little bit of competitive spirit in it, and yeah, Danielle's.
Here's what I do. I just coach everyone, so then when they win, I could say I had a part in it.
You're talking about coaching everybody in like Discord, or?
I'll coach anyone who's a VIP. I'll coach you as long as I take credit for your work. That's obviously a joke. That's obviously a joke.
I had a friend like you in high school.
Put their name on the class project, but didn't do any of the work. Yeah, no, obviously a joke. But yeah, anyone who is in a VIP group, who wants coaching, I'm willing to, because I understand how important it is to ask questions. So anyone who wants to ask questions in those groups, I will answer them.
Love that. Oh, take a look at this Nikkei trade, Coach Jay. It's very rarely do I see a market act so clean like this.
Yeah, that's a really nice trade.
Just straight down. I haven't even thought, like, yeah, so that's all. Stay tuned, guys. There's something to be had on joining me in slow markets every night. You get this kind of stuff. Really trying my best. There you go.
So I'm trying to decide whether or not the NASDAQ is actually going to continue to run lower.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too. I mean, usually it follows the Nikkei, not 100% correlated. But you know, if the Nikkei sells off 1 or 2%, I mean, you can imagine the NASDAQ should tend to drift that way. There's a private group coaching session that I'm going to do for 20 traders, but I believe the VIP rooms are 50. Correct, Coach Jay?
That's right. Yep, 50 in each VIP group.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then I know Danielle is listening, and maybe you have more details. Just so everybody knows, it's not like this one and done. If you don't get in, you'll never get in. I think that there's going to always be backfill. Traders disappear, traders drop out, and then news going to be coming in. So there's always going to be chances, and that's the beauty about staying tuned, watching, enjoying us, taking advantage of this great community, getting on Discord, and staying tuned as well. So I'm stacking up bids on the NASDAQ. You're still in the money on that. Let me take a look at gold.
I am, but I don't like what this rejection just looked like, because someone just said it as well, right? We had this kind of volume exhaustion move, which we've seen turn into a 3-bar reversal. So I'm trying to decide if this is still worth the risk of holding it. We are still rejecting at the low of that opening range, that 30-minute opening range. So what I'm going to do here is I was risking $100 on this. Just trying to decide how I manage this one here.
Fair. I'm kind of looking at a long on the Nikkei, Coach J. But I'm gonna just
No, I get you, because it's setting up to be a reversal pattern. I'm trying to determine whether or not they're actually going to follow up on it. And I'm looking at the tape to see if they follow up on it.
Yeah, I'm looking at a long on the Nikkei, but I think I'm just gonna sit on my hands. That's gonna be the best decision for me. So, not going to trade. As much as I want to get in long Nikkei, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one. There you go. A ton more coming with VIP and one-time coaching giveaways. Very busy behind the scenes with new opportunities with Michael and others. Yeah. Always. Is it really VIP with Carl? Man. Here's a good... Any controlling emotions, Coach J, now that we're on this topic. Brett Steenbarger was... Is it Barger or Burger?
Barger.
Okay, I have been pronouncing it right. He's been on Topstep TV a few times. Feel free to watch the recording. It's recorded. He was on Tuesday. It was yesterday already. And
oh yeah, I'm out of that trade. I'm out. I saw enough there. I'm out. But go ahead. You go to.
Yeah, no, and the Nikkei's bouncing a little bit too here. This is one of those days where it's you call him good, but you just can't trade him. Yeah, and then there's also a book. I haven't read this one, but I hear good things about it. The Best Loser Wins. Trading Psychology. I don't know. I love The Obstacle is a Way. The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. I don't know. What about you, Coach J? Have you ever struggled with your emotions? I know you have, but what have you read or what have you done to get over it? Mute.
I go on mute when I start yelling.
We're closing out that NASDAQ trade. Now it's selling off. Huh?
Breathing exercises, honestly, just praying before each trading day that regardless of what happens, I'm going to be in control of my emotions, and not allowing any one trade to allow me to pull me too far away from process. And it happens, right? Oh, here's Crude. Crude just spiked up to 71. But yeah, it's trying to stay in the moment.
Are you in Crude? Are you in Crude?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm long 2 micros still.
Okay. In XFA or?
These are combines. Like I said, I lost my XFA the other day.
Okay, you're still long. Okay, good. Yep. I just see it on the screen. Go ahead.
But yeah, just trying to slow down a lot of the times. I feel like what happens when we get emotional is we speed up and try to make quicker decisions to run away from those emotions, but slowing down, kind of understanding where those emotions are coming from, helps to not allow them to affect decision making. Dakota, I coached basketball for a very long time, and one thing we would do is pressure teams that couldn't handle pressure very well. And the point of doing that is to make them make decisions faster, right? Where ideally when you're getting pressured, you want to slow down because the game doesn't change, but you need to assess what's going on and find where your angles are. When you're trying to make decisions in a fast-paced environment, under pressure, it's tough. So slowing down definitely helps me.
Slowing down.
Alan, we would use zone and man presses.
You're gonna be teaching me, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm gonna be coming out there sometime soon, Coach J.
Yep.
I'm gonna force myself to come out there and spend a good week. Maybe I come out there for a week and we hang out. We get onto Topstep TV together and play some basketball. I need to get back into playing basketball, so that's gonna be coming soon. Take a look at this. While we've been talking, this trader Just passed 2 more combines while watching us, and
Some good TV.
manually locked out. Awesome. I love seeing this. So, it's a beautiful thing to see. Maybe we should do. Maybe one of these times I'll have a hashtag slow markets. Is that a thing? I don't know.
It's a thing now. You're an influencer. You make anything you want to be a thing. So if you post it first, we'll all follow. Let's get some hashtag slow markets going on.
I'm trying to do my best about being more active on social media and being more active in the Discord. And I just posted my second post on Twitter.
Saw that.
You seen that? Yeah,
it's a good one.
So what's your thoughts on that so far? Like I said, I don't know. This whole thing is new to me. Here it is. I think this is how you do it, but here it is. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to try and get something together. Like I said, I'm really trying to do my best at being active on Discord. I see you're doing it as well, Coach Jay, being active and like a lot more positivity. Just kind of like this post said, trying to move and doing so, moving everything in the right direction and not letting stuff get caught into the past, into that, ugly rabbit hole. So I'm excited to be doing this, and it's interesting to see how it's working out.
I just posted both of our Twitter X accounts, whatever you want to call it, in the chat. If anyone wants to follow, and again, I agree with you, Dakota. There's a lot of negativity sometimes in the trading world. I don't know why. Everyone who does this seriously or even trying to get into doing this seriously knows how difficult it is. So any like added negativity seems unnecessary, if you will. So trying to bring something different.
There goes gold.
There goes gold.
We got more of a pullback than there it goes. 97. I mean, can we see 2,700 tonight? I love hitting these numbers during class. I mean, 2,700. We still have a bit of a way to go, but it's not impossible. I mean, we went from 92 to 97, and I could very well see us get to 97 to 2,700s here.
Mm-hmm.
We never did get in long gold, huh?
No, we didn't. No, we did not.
We're good at watching these markets run. But you're in Crude. Is Crude moving?
We kind of stalled out right below 71s. I am going to hold it. My target is 71. I had it up at 71.90, which I think we can get to, but I see the potential for 71.20s to be a little bit of a resistance.
Okay, yeah, it's still.
But yeah, I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it for now.
Okay, we're still near the session highs for crude oil. Can you repeat the name? Can you repeat the name of the book you've read? So for me, it's "Obstacle Is the Way" by Ryan Holiday. Did you mention a book, or do you have one?
I didn't. I don't know that I can. I read a decent amount of books. I don't know that I can recommend one. Yeah, I don't know that I can recommend one. Let me scroll through my my Apple library on my phone. All the books I read on my phone for the most part.
Let me see what the
last good one is. Yeah, library on your phone.
Okay, fair enough. I use Spotify or audiobook. Audio. Oh man.
I think the last book I read that I've mentioned on here was the
Audible.
What was it? The Order of Time. Order of Time. Which is a pretty good one.
Order of Time.
The Order of Time.
Okay. Interesting. Gold's here. We do. Oh man, time goes by so fast. We have 15 minutes left. Not seeing anything else move too much. I am looking pretty bullish here on the NASDAQ. I mean, it's kind of, we're in this zone. Not seeing too much I'm excited about. And I know I'm going to be talking more about, I'm excited for that VIP session. And I'm going to be talking more about overnight trades. And you know what those overnight trades are, Coach Jay, where I love to put orders into the market and let them run overnight. I'm going to be doing more and more of that. Of course, it's not going to be every single night because there's not going to be a trade every single night. Of course, we could always convince ourselves into taking a trade every night, but it doesn't mean that we should. Being selective, quality over quantity is, to me, the right thing 100% of the
time. Dakota, if we can for a minute, because I'm seeing this question a couple of times, can I explain the 3-minute opening range breakout?
Yeah, go hit it. Charts are on yours.
Put that. So I'm going to find, and just disclaimer, I am cherry picking an A+ example here of this trade, just so we can see clearly what it is. This is lean hogs from today, right? So for me, what I'm looking at is the 3-minute opening range. So when the market opens, the first 3-minute candle, right? So it's this one here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to frame out the high and the low of that candle. And for me, some traders will just take it on the break, right? Mm-hmm. I stopped doing that because a lot of times I would get stopped out on this trade. So I needed an added confirmation. So I anchored VWAP to that open as well. Now, what I'm looking for is this VWAP to leave this range as well as price leaving the range. And then it's a confirmation for a buy. We can see how it worked out in lean hogs today, even coming back to this VWAP, presenting another opportunity to buy and trade to the upside. Where the stop would be, ideally, is on the other side of the opening range. If it's too much risk, either trade smaller or consider another spot, maybe 50% of the range that you could, manage your risk. The markets that we trade all the time, right? Let's look at what that looked like in the NASDAQ today. The NASDAQ.
Why the 3-minute again?
I just use 3-minute charts. It helps me, make sense of the markets. It's not a 1-minute where it's too fast. It's not a 5-minute where it's too slow. The NASDAQ trade that I took today during fast markets was exactly this, right? So 3-minute opening range, price left the range. And you probably heard me say, I don't love this as a house account trade. I would consider this a B at best setup. Why? Because price is closing outside of this range. Volume looks like it's following it, but it hasn't left the range yet. And I've seen this pop up so many times. But the trade that I took was shorting right at this test of VWAP here because it looked like it was going to leave the range and then continuing from there. Now, whereas my stop on this one, because it was the NASDAQ, my stop is at 50% of this. And I'm just going to trail it down as the market goes.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me. I need to get better at that as well. Like I said, I'm always learning a lot from you, Coach Jay. I'm learning a lot from the other coaches, and being here at Topstep from the community, as surprising as it might sound, I do learn a lot from the YouTube chat and from everybody in the community, because it's all different perspectives. I'm never going to stop learning. And I think the day you stop learning or stop thinking that you do need to stop learning is the day you start digressing, right? And you start, what do you call it? Being set in your ways. And, every single day I ask myself the same question. That's why I put it as the first post I've ever posted. And I always like to live by that and say that is every single night, or even in the morning, right? You look yourself in the mirror and say, am I better today than I was yesterday? And you need to always do that and always keep improving. And while I am saying that, here is gold pushing into 98. Can we see it? I want to see us hit 2,700.
What's all-time high in gold?
I think it's 2708.
2708?
Maybe, yeah, double check.
27087. Yep, you're right. And guys, the VWAP is open, high, low, close divided by 4, not set to the high or the low. So it's going to anchor it in the middle of the candle.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say something, Dakota. I can't remember now. Damn it.
Oh man.
I think I'm getting old. This is the second time this happened to me today.
Don't say that.
No, I can't.
The dentist today, dude. I sitting there, we're talking about taking my wisdom teeth out, and he's like, I don't know how many times he mentioned it. I think he mentioned it 10 times. He's like, yeah, if 18-year-olds, like when you're young, recovery could take, 2 to 3 days. And he asked me how old I was. And he's like, okay, well, it's going to take a bit longer. And then he repeated that like 3 or 4 times while I was there to just like, no, like he kept saying like, 30-year-olds, they now that you're 30, typically you'll have these removed earlier when you're younger. Now that you're 30 and this, and man, I was pretty annoyed. I was like, dude,
yeah,
okay, we get it.
It's like, please don't keep repeating my age.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Age is a good thing. Age is a good thing. It's not promised to everyone, so appreciate every day.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
It is weird when you hear the number though.
Yes, it is. It's that 30-year-old milestone, that quarter life crisis right now that dentist just pushed me into.
Right.
Yeah. We have a lot of variety here at Topstep and in the YouTube chat.
For sure.
I wonder what the oldest trader we have. Who do you think?
Shout out to Coach Jack. Shout out to Coach
Jack. Yes.
I believe Coach Jack is 83. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that, but it's a blessing. Dude still gets up, trades the markets, still trading corn, and he loves it. And if you've never spoken to Coach Jack in Discord, and you have some questions about psychology or anything like that, talk to Coach Jack, because he is a very no nonsense, straight to the point, going to tell you exactly what you need to hear from experience type of guy. So in the group coaching channel in Discord, if you have some of those questions that you're dealing with, if you're like, hey, I was up $3,000 and I hit a daily loss limit, Coach Jack is going to tell you about yourself in a good way. So
he's a corn trader, huh?
Yeah, he is.
Oh man. Yeah. We need to get him on. He's awesome. He is awesome.
Yep.
It's one of those, you can't replace experience, and you can't like read a book and get that level of experience. That's for sure.
Correct.
Here we go. Here's gold pushing one more time. I want to see this thing hit 2,700. We have 8 more minutes left of slow markets, and I want to see gold hit 2,700 tonight. Do you think it will?
Tonight, yeah, it looks like it.
So would you go like 15 contracts long right here, thinking we're gonna get to 2,700?
Nope.
So that leads me to that question. I don't remember if you remember this. If you had a crystal ball and you could say gold will be at 2,700 at some point tomorrow, or like within the next 5 hours, it's still hard to trade that, even if you know for a fact, which we don't. If we know for a fact gold will be at 2,700 in the next 24 hours.
Yep.
It's still difficult to trade, because we could sell off and then sell off, hit daily loss limits, hit stop losses, and then get back up there. And so that's the thing about nothing being guaranteed. Even though I truly believe we could get to 2,700 tonight, right? And I was thinking even during this class, and we're not there yet. It's really close, and I want to see it, but trading it is a completely different beast.
Remember what we were talking about 40 minutes ago with that gold trade and taking the setup when it presents itself to you? I'm realizing now why Coach Paul does what he does. Right? We talked about Coach Paul seeing a setup and just taking him in as many markets as present them. NASDAQ kind of worked out. Crude is kind of working out, but gold would have been the one that covered any losses that I would have seen in either one of those markets. So I get it, right? It's kind of spreading out your risk in a bunch of different places. One of them is going to work based on that setup, and gold was the one.
Nice. Here we go. We got up to 26.99 almost. 26.98.9. 26.98.9. Go buy your Costco gold while you can.
Is it on sale at Costco?
Guys, seen that you could buy gold at Costco. Hogan, the team, told me that today during Power Hour. But you have to be a member, and I'm not a member. Talking about Coach Paul, what's his team name? It's Profiteers, right?
Profiteers, yep.
So that's going to be 50 more VIP members who get that. Do they have a date where they're doing the draft? I know it's like the end of this week.
I think it's the end of this week.
Okay.
It's probably in the show notes.
I went through them. I
think it's the end of this week.
Okay, great. That's going to be exciting. So there you go, 50 more in that VIP, and then once I get mine, squared and ironed out and tuned up, there's another 50, and then I think it's on. We're going to be able to be coaching the heck out of these traders and going right into the volatile session, Coach Jay, of the election and the fall, and man, this is going to be an amazing fourth quarter, and I think it's going to be a very great end to 2024.
100%.
I can borrow your Costco membership. Watch me get kicked out of Costco. Enjoy the void forever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand sometimes the decisions people make. Choose happiness, whatever that looks like in your life. You don't ever have to watch things or do things that you don't like. And if you don't like the stream, you don't have to watch it. I think there's a bunch of people here that do. And if you do like it and you're here and you haven't hit that like button already, make sure you do that. But for anybody else who's, you don't have to watch. You can close it out.
I must have missed it. There's always people like that, dude.
It's okay.
Let's go through and more. I mean, that's all I have, Coach Jay. I'm kind of just sitting here watching gold, seeing if we could hit 2,700 here.
Yeah, that's really all it is. Crude did not hit that 71 level and is pulling back a little bit. Would not be surprised at a pullback all the way back into the range at 70, 78. So again, with this trade, deciding whether or not I want to leave it on, and I'm going to. Trade's still valid. Pullbacks are going to happen. They're natural. In the markets, like where my risk is, I'm going to leave it on.
Okay, leaving that on. Let me switch to your charts if you want to just... Okay, there it is. That's your 2 micros, right?
Yep. Yeah, not a huge trade, so I'm okay with this. Risking $160.
Yeah, shout out to Nick for a tick. I think he was moving his desk today.
Yeah. New office for Nick.
Is it making room for the baby? Exciting. Is that what it is? Did the baby steal your office, or are you just rearranging it?
Yeah, I think move in the room. And I just want to let everyone know that Dakota was reluctant to become to open a Twitter account. But I see a tweet from 8:52 Central Time, which is while we were on this class, this guy's tweeting and coaching at the same time.
No, I did not. I hit a like button because I got the notification while I was looking at the show notes, Coach Jay.
You're just a good influencer, Dakota. I'm giving you credit, man. You can multitask that way.
Well, that's the thing. I was going through the show notes, making sure, and that's all I'm wanting to do is making sure we have this positive community, and I want to do this hashtag slow markets because while we're here, I'm seeing some traders talk about these trades, like the one I just showed, wherever it went, where I gave that shout out, A-Trades, where he passed these 2 combines during class, and I want to show that.
Nice.
There's a couple other ones. We don't have the time to show it right now, but I want to get to a process to where I can monitor it right here, and I could, as I'm talking, I have the stream up, and I can monitor the stuff that's coming through and give the credit for the people who are in here and who
deserve it, yeah.
Passing combines, going through the same things, and maybe give them a shout out. I know on the day show they're doing a jab. Yep. And so, yeah, I think there's something like that. I don't have the amazing production manpower like they do on the TopstepTV. Big shout out to Jack and Gabe and everybody there. But I'll see. Like I said, I'm going to continue to keep improving slow markets, Coach Jay. I have you on Wednesdays. I have Nick on Tuesdays. And, I think it's only going to keep getting better. And I'm going to be continue to get better at this, social media stuff and giving credit where it's due. No, I'm not going to be doing chipmunk selfies on Twitter. No, I'm just going to go like blackout for 3 days.
Dakota's going to get to the point where he's scheduling his tweets in advance.
No, I'm going to get to the point where I pay somebody to
right
tweet for me, and I could just tell them, hey, say this.
Right.
Have them proofread everything I put out there, man. Because once it's out there, I can't bring it back.
Yeah, that internet is forever.
Yes,
internet is forever. But what it means is we're continuing to grow this, and obviously we're joking around here and things like that, keeping this lighthearted. But hopefully everything that we're talking about is helping you with your trading journey, wherever you are in that. And that's why we do everything, right? Not to say that we're the best trader, not to say this or that, to help other traders in Topstep.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, the 2700's being stubborn. If it's okay with you, Coach Jay, I might let's stay here for another
hang out for a little bit.
Yeah,
that's fine.
We hit 2699.3. 99.3. I mean, can we see 2700? Yeah, here's another one. We got people talking about 2700. I mean, this is the thing. Traders are in long gold. Who's long gold? Shout out in the chat, traders who are long gold, because it looks like some traders are long. I do see, some beautiful trades taken during slow markets. Look, look, I knew, really nice. I knew a lot of traders in here is long. Look at everybody. Andrew, 2699.9, then it reverses. Come on, don't. We got to 26,993, and we're getting a reversal. We'll give it 5 more minutes. If not, you guys could all watch it without me. Like I said, I probably need to go get me a smoothie or something, something I could, get in my system without chewing. New XFA.
We haven't mentioned the tilt, but gold tilt right now, 60% long, 40% short. Average long price 26.94. Average shorts 26.96.
I need to get that air horn. I need to get my stream deck set up too, Coach Jay. I promised everybody I'll have it done by the end of October. This would be a beautiful opportunity to have that air horn. I know Nick Vertick has one. I wonder if Nick Vertick's button is worn out yet, where his air horn is.
50 contracts sitting at 2,700 even. Shouldn't be a whole lot to try to get through.
All right, here we go. 2699.4. Can we watch this on a 100 tick chart? There's 48 contracts sitting there at 2,700 evens. Let's take a look. We got to hit it tonight. Here we go. 90.6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. That's it. That was it.
All right. So now do we hang out for all-time highs or what?
No. What's all-time highs?
24-hour stream.
Where's we say that, and the next thing it's going to be hang out for 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Right. 5 more minutes. There we go. 2,700 in gold. Everybody who bought some gold in Costco is now net positive. There we go. That was an air horn for me, Nick. It looks like 27,022 is the next level, and then the all-time high is, you said it right, Coach Jay?
Yep. Yeah, 27,087.
27.
Crude starting to run a little bit here as well.
Switch to your charts real quick.
And again, I'm just in some micros in Crude here. What time frame am I on? Sorry, I added the tilt and stuff here. Let me get rid of this stuff so we can see it. But yeah, we're just pushing above 71 now in Crude.
Yeah, look. See, this is what I'm saying. Great trade. And then another one here that is coming in. And this is what I love why I do this. This is why I love it, and this is why I want to get better and more efficient at it. Take a look at this. Another one. Trading an express. And
we're seeing my screen right now.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I could sit here all night because I'm seeing them come through again and again and again.
That's beautiful, man.
You know, someone made 2,300 in their combine. Here's one in Express funded account. They even have this one nicknamed Nights. I like seeing that nighttime. Making money. Love seeing this. Excited to see this community grow. And I think more of it. Next time, I'm going to continue to get better at taking a watch and having one eye on the social media and the posts coming in. And maybe I could get a segment together. Look, and then another one in an XFA.
Keep them coming.
All right, guys. Yeah, I think we better call it there before we get too much overfilled with this. I'd love to see it. Any last words before we end it here?
Trade well. Remember, we got news out tomorrow before the market opens. You don't have to trade during that news. You can trade after it and still be profitable. Manage your risk and just be do what you can to be happy, right? This is a very hard thing that we do, and we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And just, kind of focus on yourself, right? I'm going to be honest, Dakota, you mentioned it's a lot of negativity, and I hate to keep bringing up the negativity, but if you find the need to spread some of that negativity, like really look within yourself to try to figure out where that's coming from.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to be honest, and maybe a lot of people aren't talking about that, where there's a lot of negativity being spread, but it's not good. It's not good for yourself, man.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not good.
Be nice to yourself. Be nice to other people.
In general, right? But yeah, I don't mind. I mean, it needs to be talked about first, right? A big part of it is recognition, and then talking about it, and then maybe come to some type of solution. And nothing happens overnight. I'm 100% not going to say, okay, I'm going to hop onto this Twitter, and we're going to be on social media, and things are going to start changing overnight. But maybe in 6 months from now, things might seem a little different. I don't know. I could only hope so and pray for that. But
yep.
Yeah, thanks again, Coach Jay. I will see you bright and early Friday morning. Friday morning, that test, that Series 3, I need to go study for. And yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for all you do. And thanks
you
to
too,
chat.
Man. Great session.
Everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Even the conflicting opinions, I don't mind them. Take care. Bye.